Okay, good day all successful stock market investors and traders out there. This is Total Investor here, and what we do on this particular channel is that we discuss and I bring to you opportunities in the stock market, primarily of opportunities in stocks that mostly to go long on, but we also do review the odd occasional short positions that and we use technical analysis to make a decision as to what we want to do. So I bring to you stock chart patterns. Okay, today I've got about 7. Please do me and you a favor, watch this entire video. That way you get to see all of the opportunities, and of course you can decide what you want to do with them. There's no point in just going through 1 or 2 of them. Watch the entire thing. Please keep in mind this is for educational purposes only. It is not to be considered as financial advice. And if you like it, please give me a big thumbs up, and of course subscribe. That way YouTube sends you these videos every single time that they are published. Okay, so the first one that we're going to discuss is Applied Therapeutics, APLT. I drew a sideways channel here going back to early May where it formed a top, and it's been basically going sideways ever since. So it was basically caught in a channel with the high at around 214, the low at around $1 lower than that. So just moving sideways back and forth, and finally on Tuesday it broke out and it confirmed the move. I'm hoping that we can get another opportunity here, because sometimes we will have stocks that come and hit the resistance level and becomes a support after a breakout. It doesn't have to actually touch it, but it can come close. Everything is still looking very good as is right now, even if we don't get that opportunity. Again, the stock is above both 10, 15-day moving average, broke the resistance level. The RSI is well above 50, trigger line moving up, and we're getting some decent volume, over 1 million shares. So everything looks good as is, but again, as I said, some people just love it to, they want to get in after a bounce or a retest of that previous resistance, which will now be hopefully support. Okay, so this is something that you can put on your watch list, APLT. Next, eHealth, EHTH. I drew a descending triangle from the top in August, just above $10 all the way down, and it finally broke yesterday through this particular triangle. Okay, so bullish move. We got another green candle today, so everything is looking good so far. It's above this 10-day moving average, still slightly below the 50-day, but again, even the RSI broke above that trend line, just a hair below the 50, but still looking good. I'd love to see a little bit more volume going through. It is slightly above the 20-day average, but I'd like to see some more. So again, this is a good chart pattern that once we start getting moving with some more volume, I think we can easily see $10, and that'll be a very nice percentage move if that were to happen. Okay, so keep this on your watch list, EHTH. Next is MSOS. This is the Advisor Shares Pure US Cannabis ETF. Now, I brought this to your attention after it broke through the trend line, which somehow, for some reason, disappeared entirely. I don't know why. But that was on early September, and it moved up higher. Everything was a buy. The volume gave us the buy signal. The stock breaking through the trend line gave the buy signal. Same with the crossover of the 10-day and the 50-day moving averages. They're both moving upwards. The RSI moved above 50, so it gave the perfect signal. Everything was bullish. Now, of course, when something goes sky high like this, and it what was that? It was almost a double here. The question then becomes, when do you sell? And of course, you do want to sell. There's no point in holding a stock forever. You're not going to make any money if you don't sell it. Okay, so what would have given what would have been the indicator here? Well, one, even if you're not looking at indicators, or if you don't have any indicators on your screen, you can always use a trailing stop. Okay, always a good idea to have. So if it pulls back a certain percentage, 10%, 15%, 20%, use whatever it is that you feel comfortable with. So, you will get taken out. Okay, if you were looking at indicators, well, one that I like to use is the RSI. Once it starts getting, like here, from here to here, it did not make another high like the stock did. Okay, stock makes a high, makes another high, but what happens to the RSI? High, but the next high was actually lower, so you had some divergence. That was a warning sign. Once we cross below 75 and heading lower, the stock trades below the 10-day. These are all signs that it's time to take a profit. Even like looking at the volume, it's moving downwards now. Okay, it's sloping downwards. So this is something that you should have taken a nice profit in just 2 weeks worth of trading. Good percentage gains. Congratulations if you did that. If not, well, you've learned something. Okay, so again, that was MSOS, and this is a pattern that looks very, very similar to all of the cannabis stocks. Okay, next is Next Nave, NN. The stock, basically, I just want to look at the past 2 months, barely, month and a half. I've got a trend line going back to August here, all the way up. Nice straight line. Hits it several times, and what we have, it's still bullish as long as it stays above the trend line. Now, we do have a little bit of a warning here because the stock made a higher high. However, look at the RSI, high, but it's a lower high. So there's our bearish divergence. Plus, we also have the stock now trading below the 10-day. So a little bit of a worry. It's not quite a sell, but sometimes you will have a stock where, the volume drips a little bit and, it just comes back down and then bounces off the trend line. This is very important. It's a strong trend line. It's hit it several times, but that's really like a line on the sand. Once it trades below that, that's it. We're done. But again, as I said, it might give us another opportunity to get back in for another leg up. Okay, so for now, watch NN. Next, Orchestra Biomed Holdings, OBIO. Going back to the April highs, I've got a downtrend line all the way here, touched in May, and the other day, when was that? This is Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday. Tuesday it finally broke, and we seem to be having a little bit of a pullback for now. Nothing wrong with that. A lot of stocks do that after a breakout. It is currently above the 10-day and the 50-day moving average. That's good. One little disappointment was that the stock is, the volume seems to be falling now. But it happened on a negative day, down 8.5%. And RSI is down. So let's watch this thing over the next couple of days, see what happens. Again, most of this is because of the general market. As if the general market is having a bad day, you're not going to find too many good stocks. Okay, and this is like a great example. So if the market in general tanks, you can expect this thing to follow right along. If it comes right back up, maybe this one is a good candidate to end up buying, but watch this. OBIO. Next is Snowline Gold. This is one of the very few gold stocks that did quite well today, and I was actually up 3.7%. I've got a triangle here with some support at around, I believe this was 440, and coming back down. So the stock found some support. It does need a little bit of help. Unfortunately, we've got gold that has, had a real sell-off today. So, but the reason why this may have happened is that it got a recommendation, a speculative buy, with a price target of, I believe it was $14. Okay, again, this is in Canadian dollars because it's on the TSX, the Venture Exchange. So from 4.5 to 14, if it gets there, that's a great percentage move. But it needs gold to perform as well. I think there's a very good chance that will happen. Hasn't been doing so as of late. But I think we still have a very good chance of that happening. This would be a very good candidate to move higher, just based on technical and even like fundamentals. However, I would like to see some more volume going through. Unfortunately, this is like it trades less than 100,000 per day, so please keep that in mind. And again, you'll be trading this in Toronto. So this is in Canadian funds. Okay, keep that in mind. And next, this is the last one. It's Textron TXT. It's been in a triangle here going back from early August. Finally broke out yesterday. Got a little bit of a pullback, but we're still above that. Broke the downtrend line on the RSI. That is above 50. So everything is still looking good. The stock is above the 10 and 50-day moving averages. Everything is good. We've got some much higher volume than the 20-day average. So this is something that is looking very positive, despite the fact that the market as a whole has been doing garbage. Okay. So let's hope that the market in general can turn around. Not sure if that's possible right now in the short term, but we'll see. Put this one on your watch list. And I believe that is the last one. Yes. Okay. So again, as I said before, please subscribe to this channel if you have not already done so. Thumbs up. And if you can, leave a comment. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you.